Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. We've got a special unboxing, something coming in from Tactile Knife Company. I think I'm replacing something, so let's take a look. Alright, today I'm opening up my box with my 8020S, the Slim, USA made. This is 8020 mag, S90V blade steel with the Rockscale Design titanium scales that are so cool. Let's get into this. That was the receipt. We'll put this over there. All right, so we have, oh, I got some ink from, I was boxing a whole bunch of boxes, so I got ink all over my hands, but this is the Rockwall Flipper 2, but this is not the same one that I had before. This is kind of the one that I've wanted as soon as I saw it. So I kind of always hope to gravitate toward this one. Ooh. And it is titanium milled hardware, hardened liner. So Rockwall Flipper 63, 64, but let's look at this. This is the skeletonized version. This actually won, I think, a Blade Show award at Custom Knife Show or Blade Show West. Let's give it a flip. Okay, this is the full flat grind. Oh, I love that. I love that. Let's see. Nice. It is much lighter for sure. Let's see, where's the center on here? Right there. Very cool. Inset liner lock, as you can see. I believe that's an inset liner lock, right? Or is it a full liner lock? It's a skeletonized liner too. Very cool. Wow. That's pretty smooth. Super light. I gotta show this off to you. Let's see, how heavy is this guy? Because it feels super light. I'm gonna guess under 3 ounces. Definitely way under 3 ounces. 2.5. That's crazy. That's crazy. Now this is the larger version, just so you know. It's not the little one, this is version 2. Whoops, helps if you hold it. So we're at just under 7 and, I guess, 7 7/8. So there you go. The one I had before I loved, but I sold that one at the time when I needed the funds for it. But this one I thought was really cool. Because it has a full flat grind, I thought that's what really attracted me on this one. That just seemed really nice, the full flat grind. Just seems like a way more of a slicer. All right, as you know, we got to put skiffs in this thing, so we're going to do that. All right, so let's get into this here. Obviously, we're going to use T8s. I am going to make that a little more scratchy there. Sorry, I had to go find my cloths. I don't know where they went. So there's the milling you can see on the inside. Really nicely done. Backspacer over here. Well, that could come off if I wanted to, but I'm not going to take it off. We'll leave that on. That seems to be on there with some Loctite or something. We'll leave it alone. Not bad. Cage bearings. I mean, they're not skiffs, but they're not bad. Okay. These are going to be, let's just get this out. All right, 3/16. Okay. I know I've done this before, I just couldn't remember. Was it 5mm? Was it 3/16? So if you didn't know, these have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and these have 12. So significantly more ball bearings. It'll make a big difference, I think. I know it will. We'll put some Loctite on after we reassemble to see if we're happy with everything. I like this, but I feel like it's not quite as smooth as it should be. Maybe just a little bit of flitz. All right, so we softened that up a little bit. I like that. But I am going to see if I can make this flipper right here just a little more. So I'm trying to get a little traction there because it was a little slippery. Well, that was dumb. I just hit my finger and cut myself. All right, I had to cut that out because I flicked my finger, flicked the knife and cut myself. This tip is super, super sharp. So, trying to get that action tuned. I have that drop shut again. I don't know if that lock bar is a little tight. Maybe it is. I don't know. It might be, just a hair. This feels pretty permanent, man. Don't know if I can get that apart. Did I glue that on there or something? Looks like that's the point in which they bent it. Interesting. I don't think I'm going to get that apart. I really don't. Well, that's interesting. You might want to keep that in mind if you're going to disassemble your Skeletonized. It's a little different. It's built differently. I don't know if it's made to be taken apart. Interesting. That tip is sharp. Got me. All right, so it's a little different. It is a little different. It's not exactly the same as the original Rockwall version 2. I don't think I can get that inset liner lock out. I think it's in there permanently. Those pins look like they were hammered in there. Either they heat expanded in there, maybe they're cold. Maybe they're ice cold, putting in there, and then, you know, 'cause sometimes you can dip them like in liquid nitrogen and put them in there, and then they would expand back out and contract pretty hardly. I don't know if they do that, but that would be a very scientific, cool way to do it. But knowing Rockwall, they are pretty cool. They are pretty scientific, so who knows? Maybe that's what they do. I don't know. That's the only way I can guess how they got in there. To me, it just seems the most logical, unless they have some other voodoo magic that they do, heat up the rest of the knife or something, which that just seems like, I don't know, that seems more complicated than it should be. So we already know that these fit. These are the 3/16 12 ball count 1/16. That's for the Rockwall version 2. You know that. I've already done a video on that. But in case this is your first time watching this video and you were curious, there you go. All right, now the only thing that I want to make sure, do I have a good traction there? I do. So I did make this a little more friendly. There we go. I don't think I'm going to get it tuned exactly to the same one as I had before. I can't really touch that lock bar. And that's okay. I'm okay with that. That's part of the learning lesson, right? What we can do is maybe do a little bit of this. This is like putting a little bit of pressure on the lock bar just to kind of get that track built in there. Kind of break it in. Because the ceramic ball is a lot harder than the Magnacut blade. This should get our track. I almost did it again. Goodness. Let's see, did it make a difference? Oh yeah, that's all you needed. Hold on, just gotta break that detent. Don't double clutch it, there we go. So double clutch, let's see here. You clear the double clutch about right there. So you gotta get down pretty far here. All right, we'll put those over there. All right, we probably fast forwarded through a whole lot of that stuff. I did a little strop in. We tried to see if we could tune this, but we discovered that lock bar is in there with some serious pins that I couldn't get out. I could barely get the back spacer off to get the clip off, so if I ever need to replace the clip, it's an effort. Those pins are not coming off, and that, fortunately, the tuning is really good, so I'm not unhappy with that, and I think it's going to keep breaking in very nicely. We polished the blade just a little bit on both sides. I made this just a little bit smoother, not as gritty, which, you know, eventually it would break in to become that, but I like to have it a little sooner. We did a little polish on the blade, kind of take that dull look off. I don't mind a stone washed look or even a blasted kind of look, but I wanted it to be a little more polished. I think that just complements the knife a little bit better. I'm not into the real dark acid wash kind of look. What else did we do? We did put Skiff's Caged Bearings in there. That was nice. We did do a little stropping to get that edge nice and sharp. So now it's nice and sharp. It looks pretty consistent on both sides. It's a very thin blade, full flat grind. I do like that. Comes all the way up, and there's a nice wedge right here as well. But this nice grind is going to be an incredible slicer. Skeletonized, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. This is a little big down here, and I mean, I guess if I have a cigar, I could cut a cigar or something down there, right? We could, I could do a cigar or something, I guess. I don't know, just whatever. But that's the only one down there. It's a little big. I mean, when I'm over here, I don't want my finger. Yeah, see, I can touch the blade like that. So I got to be careful. left-handed, right? So that's the only one I wish wasn't so big. But you know, that is me. Wish the hole down here was a little smaller. Hopefully I won't get too cut on that part. But you can see the blade, I guess, so that's nice. Action's not bad. It's breaking in pretty nicely. You do have, you clear the detent right there. Right there. That's when you clear the detent. So you have to get right there to clear the detent, which means your finger has to be pretty close to right here to catch it. So you see me catching it like that. That's why I go all the way down there. But it does have a ramp, if you didn't know. There is a ramp on that, where the detent ball goes over. It does look like it engages probably a good, this is better, this is about 20, 30%, maybe 30%. If you look at that, about 30% than the original one. The one I had, I think, was like maybe 40, 50%. I think it was pretty hefty. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit. Take a look at that beautiful flat grind. Full flat grind with a little swedge right there. Then we have the skeletonized part of the knife right there. Captive pivot. We do have a back spacer. Then we have the clip over here. Right hand tip up only. I thought I could reverse it, but you can't. And then you can see the lock bar. It's I would say it's a full liner lock. The way this is done. I mean, no, it's an insert. It's an insert. It's an insert liner lock. So inset liner lock. I can't talk. Inset liner lock. Captive pivot right there. You see the engagement right there. And we see the back part of the blade right there. MC for Magnacut. Swedge, nice full flat grind. Super thin edge. You do have jimping on here, which I don't remember if the first one had jimping, but I like the jimping. Really nice functional jimping. I can't remember if the Rockwall before had jimping. This jimping actually works. Holds you pretty solid in there. So that's nice. So, very cool. And then let's look at what I did is I did sand this little chamfering, or this, not chamfering, sorry, this jimping in here, so that it's got a little bit of an edge to it, so when I can get a little better grip on that, which before I didn't have. So your finger might slip off, but it's a little edge right there. I don't know if you can see right there on the edge. It's just got just a little bit of edge, a little bit better grip. And that to me makes a world of difference. So that to me, if you've had trouble with some of these, that might be worth considering. All right, let's do our little shot here for our little short. What am I saying? I can't talk. For the thumbnail. And you can see the back right here. So there you go. Not bad. Not bad little guy at all. Definitely cool. I do like the thin edge. I do like the much thinner edge. We're not going to do a full review, so let's go ahead and just measure that. Because we've already reviewed this knife. This is not worth another whole review. We'll go ahead and measure that. What is it now? Still 995 thousandths of an inch, right? But we're going to get down here. I don't know if I can get behind the edge. Let's see if I can do it. 14 thousandths of an inch behind the edge. 14 thousandths of an inch behind the edge. So I don't know if that's considered pretty thin or not, but not bad. I don't normally measure that, so don't expect that every time. I just thought I would. Edge is nice and sharp. Been using marker to box a lot of boxes for the 10K giveaway we had recently. Not bad at all. We'll carry this a bit and get more of a feel for it. So I think that's pretty cool. All right, there you go. Let me know what you think. Anybody else get the skeletonized one with the full flat grind? I think that's pretty cool. The full flat grind is kind of nice. Skeletonized not bad. I just wish this was a little bit bigger. I mean, smaller. This was a little smaller. That's my only worry on the left-hand side over here. Get my finger in there, so I got to just make sure I go low. So that's my only concern there. At least for me. I got big meaty fingers, so the other holes aren't a concern. All right, if you found this content fun, interesting, worthwhile, or informative, would you please consider hitting the like button down below? And if you've already hit that like button, maybe consider hitting the subscribe button. Subscribing, like the channel really helps out, allows me to produce more content, do more things, ultimately more things for you guys. So thank you to everyone out there who watches the videos, part of the community, who's just part of everything. I appreciate you guys so very much. Thank you. If you haven't already, maybe consider hitting the notification button down below as well so you can be notified of future content like this and other videos. Big shout out to my channel members. You do two amazing things for me. One, you encourage me, and I so appreciate that. Two, because you're a generous supporter of the channel, you allow me to do things way sooner. For instance, we get to do a once a week budget banger giveaway, which I'm hugely grateful for. Thank you. You also allow me to check out knives and do various things like cover the shipping for our big 10K giveaway and things like that. So I appreciate you guys so much. My two ways to say thank you to you is one, brand new channel members, email me your name and address. I can mail you a channel sticker and a thank you note. I like to do that, all brand new channel members. Two, you're eligible for the once a month members exclusive giveaway. So each week we'll have a budget banger giveaway, and that 1 week in a month there'll be 2 giveaways, and you're eligible for both of the giveaways, both for the budget banger giveaway and the members giveaway. And the members giveaway is not a budget banger. It's usually a little bit nicer knife, something hopefully you'd enjoy winning or giving as a gift, right? So that's what I hope to do with the members exclusive giveaway. Also, if you like the idea of emojis, you like the idea of exclusive content, you like the idea of 1 year, 2 year anniversary, kazoo salutes, all that stuff, that's part of it. And if you want to be a member, I would be honored. Please don't feel obligated to do it if you want to, but if you choose to do so, thank you, sincerely, thank you. All right, if you haven't already, maybe check me out on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.